Hi everyone, and welcome to the second zombie review of the month. And as promised, I will continue with Död Snö 2 or Dead Snow 2 Red versus Dead today. Yes, that's the title, and it's from 2014. It's a collaboration between Norway, Iceland, the US, and the Great Britain. It's directed again by Tommy Wirkola. It's written by Tommy Wirkola, Stig Frode Henriksen, and Vegard Hoel. And it's starring Örjan Gamst, Vegard Hoel, Stig Frode Henriksen, Martin Starr, Halvard Holmen, among a lot of people. So in this one, we have our hero from the first one, Martin, and he manages to escape all the Nazi zombies. He's driving in his car, but before that, somehow the arm of the main general, Oberst Herzog's arm manages to get inside Martin's car. Yeah, his arm yeah. And if we saw it in the first one, we know that Martin had to chop off his own arm. So they are both missing an arm, and they have each other's arm, so to speak. So he's driving in his car, and the Herzog makes sure that his big army goes after him because they have kind of goal that they want to make. They want to get to a certain place. So they are not finished, even though they got the money. Okay, so Martin drives around with his arm, and then he gets into an accident, wakes up in a hospital, and he sees that he once again has an arm, but it isn't his. The doctor attached the zombie Herzog's arm onto Martin's. So, and that causes a lot of problems because that arm is pissed off and it wants to kill people. Yeah. So, I mean, the premise for this one is even more crazy than in the first film. And they noticeably have a lot of bigger budget because now they are collaborating with the US, and they got some actors from the US because Martin contacts like a zombie squad that works in the US. So there are a lot of scenes back there with the zombie squad, and they get all the way to Norway. So they had a bigger budget to do a lot of different things. And it's also noticeable with the gore. I mean, the gore in the first one was fantastic, creative. Oh, so good. And in this one, it's just so much more. And the humor is still there. It's still funny, but I wouldn't say the jokes aren't as funny as in the first one. And it doesn't feel as fresh because, we kind of know what the concept is from the first one. But it's still a really good film, and I do like the script. I like the characters. I like that they brought back one character from the first film and made him into a whole another character. Like, no questions asked. That was pretty funny. And yeah, I mean, as I said, the gore is very creative, especially towards the end. They have a huge fight kind of with the army, with all people, and it's just blood and guts everywhere. And also Martin, he kills people with his hand, mostly zombies, and it is hilarious. Like, there's one zombie who's just hanging around, like his head is at the bus, and Martin just pow, just right through the head, and it goes pow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you just like pow. Yeah. So it's very good. And also, I have to give this movie a lot of points based on the ending. I won't spoil it, but the ending involves the song by Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart. One of my favorite songs, and it is used in a lot of horror films. So every time a horror film has that song in it, I'm like, okay, this is a good film already. So, I mean, the ending with that song, amazing. I really, really loved it. But just some things. I mean, the idea of the zombie squad was kind of funny, but I don't think that they necessarily had to be there. But I think that they did it mostly for the audience in the US, and also to get in certain types of jokes. And I mean, they were okay, but they were probably my least favorite thing in the film, but it still works. But this film is still hilarious, it's still enjoyable, and the zombie designs are amazing as usual. So here is my copy of it. Yes, Död Snö, Red versus Dead. Awesome cover. So I will give this film an 8 out of 10. So that is still really good, but remember I gave the first one 10 out of 10. So not as good, but still good. Yeah. So please let me know in the comments what you think. Do you prefer the sequel or do you prefer the original? Or do you just like them both equally as much? So thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more of my zombie reviews. And also join Sarah of Horror on Facebook. It's a fun group. We talk about horror movies all day, every day. You can share anything horror related. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and